be the first to admit that I'm not much of a summer girl. I just really dislike being hot, so summer is not my favorite season. But this year, instead of just grinning and bearing it, I have decided to embrace summer as much as possible, and I have found quite a few products that are really helping make it more fun and manageable. So many products that I'm actually not going to be able to talk about them all in one video, so you won't hear anything about SPF bronzing or self-tanning products. Those will all be in next week's video. I'm also not going to be talking about any clothing items. I might try to do the Closet Confidential tag as a bonus video one week. That way I can show you some summer dresses, tops, and accessories that I'm liking. Today's video is all about beauty, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with some body care products. My first summer essential is a really good body scrub, and the ones I've been using are from Organic Bath Company. I bought the RefreshMINT one, and then the shop owner sent me their Zesty Morning, and I've decided that I prefer Zesty Morning for an all-over body scrub. There is something so fantastic about a citrus scent first thing in the morning, and then the RefreshMINT I've been using for at-home pedicures, and these are really great. You do get all that grit, so they're doing the job of exfoliating and removing dead skin cells, but they are also full of really nourishing oil so that when you rinse off the sugar, you're left with really moisturized skin. I love that the sugar scrubs have some oil in them, and then also outside the shower, I like to use a body oil. The one that I'm currently using is from One Love Organics, and this is their Gardenia Daily Body Serum. This is such a beautiful product. I had actually already received a deluxe full-size sample with one of my first ever One Love purchases, completely used that up and have just been waiting for them to release the full size. This actually came out with their limited edition summer set, so I'm really hoping that they make this permanent because the scent is so beautiful and it is really moisturizing. When I get out of the shower, I just like to lightly pat dry so that there's still some dampness to my skin, and then I'll spritz this all over. You do not need a lot of product, and then I'll gently rub it in, and your skin smells so beautiful and it's lightly moisturized for the rest of the day. I have one last body care product that I like to keep in my tote bag on the weekends, and it is a bug repellent perfume serum from the brand Intelligent Nutrients, and the tagline is "Attracts love bites, repels bug bites," and the packaging is so stinking cute. This has already come in handy a few times on the 4th of July and then just sitting outside. It does smell really powerful in the bottle of cedarwood, cloves, and you get a little bit of that citronella, but once you smooth it on, it's not quite as intense. It is a serum, so I put a little bit in my hand, rub them together, and then gently pat them on any exposed skin, and so far it has been really good at helping me avoid bug bites. Moving into summer hair care, I have two products. The first is from a company called Captain Blankenship, and it is their Mermaid Sea Salt Hairspray. And other than the packaging and the name, one of the reasons I purchased this is that it contains aloe vera gel. So I thought that might make this hairspray a little bit less drying than some other sea salt sprays. And if you've seen maybe my hair tutorial, you will know that I have hardly any natural texture to my hair. It is very limp and straight. So anything that can add a little bit of grit and fullness to my hair, I like. And I also think that this sea salt spray helps my curls to form easier and also last a lot longer. Since my waves are lasting a lot longer, I don't want to have to wash my hair every day, and I have a new favorite dry shampoo. This one came out in the same collection as that Gardenia body serum. It's the One Love Organics Healthy Locks Dry Shampoo Powder. First of all, it smells amazing. It does a great job of absorbing oil without leaving any kind of white residue left over. And then something I had never heard of in a dry shampoo before. This is actually supposed to soften and then strengthen your hair with bamboo extract. So this is going to be another product that I really hope that they'll make permanent at the end of the summer. Moving into makeup, what I'm wearing right now has been my go-to summer look, and if you missed my summer foundation routine, I will have that listed down below so you can see the base products that I've been using. But as for colored cosmetics, the first one I wanted to mention is the Josie Maran Coconut Watercolor Eyeshadow, and I have quite a few of these so far. I really enjoy using them, and the one I'm wearing today is in the shade Playa del Pink. And my preferred method is to apply them straight from the bottle with the little doe foot applicator, and I will tap this on my lid, and then I'll either take my finger or a brush and just gently blend out the edges. And I think especially this Playa del Pink as well as the rose gold one are perfect summer colors, and they're just really easy to put all over the lid. They do add a lot of metallic shine, but I think they're great at catching the light and looking really summery. For cheeks, I've been using another Josie Maran product. This is the Coconut Watercolor Cheek Gelée in the shade Honeymoon Honey. And in the jar and finger swatched, it's not that pretty. It is a basic brown. When I use a stippling brush and apply it to my cheeks, it gives a very healthy glow to my cheeks. And the best things about this product is that 1, it is very hydrating, and 2, it is incredibly long lasting. So those two things just make this a perfect summer product. For lips, other than my Bite Beauty lipsticks, which I've talked about a lot, there have also been 2 lip glosses I've been reaching for. The first is the Pacifica Natural Minerals and Light and Gloss Nourishing Mineral Lip Shine in the shade Nudist. And this was in my last favorites video. It is a very warm nude. It has a lot of gold glitter running through it, and I just think it is absolutely beautiful on the lips. And then the one I'm wearing right now is from Hourglass, and this is their Extreme Sheen Lip Gloss in the shade Muse. And this one has so much pigment in it that I would almost consider it a liquid lipstick. It goes on with full color and then it wears off beautifully, and I almost think it gets prettier as it wears off. It gets a little bit more natural looking, and it also stains my lips a little bit. So, you know, maybe after lunch, if I don't feel like reapplying, I can just put a clear balm on top and I'm still getting some of that pretty color shining through. Let's really quick talk about a couple nail polishes. My favorite manicure color has been the Butter London Giddy Kipper, I believe. It is a gorgeous blue and it has a silver sheen, and you can see the silver a lot in the bottle. I don't notice it as much on the nails, but it is a gorgeous color. And then for either a manicure or a pedicure, I don't think you can beat a really gorgeous classic red. This one is Butter London's Ladybird, and I love wearing this, especially if I'm wearing white and black stripes or white and navy stripes, just a very classic summery look. And then my number 1 pedicure shade is Deborah Lippmann's She Drives Me Crazy. And I have worn this 4 pedicures in a row, which is absolutely unheard of for me. I just really like this green, and I think it looks beautiful against my fair skin, and I also think this would be a gorgeous shade for deeper skin tones. I forgot to mention in the beginning, but I have 2 food-related items as well. The first is a tea, and my friend Sarah turned me on to loose leaf tea back in December, and she bought me a sampler set from David's Tea. I loved it. I had to learn Tea 101 from her, and I liked David's Tea on Facebook, and I saw they came out with a dragon fruit flavored tea for summer, which sounded amazing to me, but for whatever reason, my bank hates the David's Tea website. I'm not sure if it's that it's based in Canada, but every time I try to place an order, my bank marks it as a fraudulent charge. It's always an issue and my order always gets canceled. So I lost heart and I was a little sad about it. But when I was walking through the mall last week, Teavana had a few of their summer teas out, and they had one that was flavored with dragon fruit as well. So I decided to purchase it. It is their Herbal Infusion Dragon Fruit Devotion, and it has apple pieces, hibiscus flower, mango, and of course dragon fruit, and it is so good. I'm drinking it right now, and I just find it a really refreshing drink. I think this is a really great tea if you're looking for a new one for summer. The last thing I want to talk about is so cool. It is a vegetable spiralizer, and I love zucchini, and I was looking up some different ways to prepare it, and I found a few blog posts as well as a few of my health books talk about a vegetable spiralizer. And you can use this with a lot of different vegetables. I've only used it with zucchini so far. I chop off the end of the zucchini, press it into this little circle to secure it, and then I press it against the wheel, and once everything is held fast, I will just start spinning, and then depending on what blade I choose, I get zucchini noodles or zucchini spaghetti, which I think is so neat and such a great idea, especially for summer when you want to make some lighter meals. Maybe you don't want something as heavy as a traditional pasta. So if you have one of these and you have any tips on how to use it or some of your favorite recipes, I would love to read those. The box even said you could make sweet potato french fries with this, so I think that sounds really good. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of my summer essentials. Come back next week and I'll be talking about SPF products, bronzers, self tanners. But until then, I hope you have a great week, and thank you so much for watching.